If you live in the Midwest and you have an older vehicle that you'd like to preserve, you need undercoating. There's different types of undercoating. You can have a rubberized one, which is good if it's a new car, but if you put it over existing rust, it will make it much worse. And then there's other oil-based ones. Some of them are expensive, but the best, cheapest undercoating that you can do won't cost you a dime, and you can do it yourself. I'm going to show you how. We're going to use a spray gun to shoot this. This is just a cheap $10 Harbor Freight spray gun. Most people already have one kicking around, and if you don't, they're cheap. And after you shoot a few coats of paint, you can just retire it to oil use, because that's what's in here, used motor oil. So we're going to spray a light film of this over everything on the front end, and that's going to help out our rust problem a lot. Now, you don't have to be really careful with this like you do when you're painting a car. Really, you can put on as much as you want, but you don't want it to drip. So just be a little bit careful with it. Might be a good idea to wear a mask and eye protection. I'm going to take my chances. That doesn't mean you should. So I'm going to do the rest of the vehicle, and I might have it fast forward through that for you guys, and then maybe we'll check back after that and you can see the finished product. Okay, here's what we came up with. I did not film myself spraying it, but you got the finished product right here so you can see how it went. And I wanted to give you a couple of tips. All right, tip number one is gun pressure. You want to have about 40 PSI at the gun with the trigger pulled. Second tip is you may have to thin your oil. I didn't, but it depends how often you change your oil and what oils you have that will determine the viscosity of it. And if it's too thick, you could try to use gas or mineral spirits or lacquer thinner. Just be careful because that's all flammable. I didn't have to do any of it, so it worked out pretty well for me. It should work out for you too. Good, cheap way to protect your vehicle. And if you want more tips like this, and you want to see some builds with cars and other fun stuff like that, then hang around, hit that subscribe button.